All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. I'm your host for today. My name is Kay, and today we'll be doing a Market Insider live stream with VOI Network, featuring our speaker here is Chris Sueno. I hope I pronounced it correctly.
You
He's
nailed
the
it.
founder of VOI. All right. So he's the founder of VOI, and today he will be joining us on this live stream and telling us what VOI is all about and give us a bit about what is it all about. And also, Void will be listed in Coinstore in like very soon, I think in a few hours. So guys,
In 1 hour.
before we yeah, so before we begin, I do announce that we'll be doing a promo code giveaway of Void tokens throughout the live stream. It will be appearing on top of the screen during the live stream. Of course, I'll be telling you guys when it appears. So guys, do please stay tuned for that. And to claim this giveaway, guys, do make sure to download our Coinstore app through the Apple App Store or through the Google Play Store. Make sure you register an account and you can claim our promo code giveaway through our Coinbox feature for you to get some free Void tokens. All right, so without further ado, let's start. So would Mr. Chris like here to introduce himself to the audience?
Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for being here to listen to me about talking about VOI. My name is Chris Winter. I am the CEO and co-founder of VOI.
All right, so will you tell us a bit about your project? Give us a little bit, what inspired you to create this project and what is it all about?
So I've been in crypto now for a very long time, since 2013. I started collecting tokens Bitcoin back in the day, and I thought it was really cool. But in uh, 2015 came around, and the idea of the world computer really opened my eyes. Ethereum came about. My background is software engineering, and the idea of being able to build decentralized applications on just I knew at that in 2015 kept building nothing really serious, but in 2017 jumped in both feet, started building applications. Ran and launched multiple projects, launched a decentralized exchange, launched a gaming platform. I think the largest project that I worked on was built a with my team, built a programming language, compiler, deployment tools, pretty much making everything really easy to build blockchain applications. Raised a lot of money, built a good team, onboarded over 8,000 developers, and pretty much, like I said, spent my entire life devoting myself to making blockchain mainstream. In 2022, the summer to winter 2022, during the last like really low winter, I had a moment to actually really sit back and think like, wow, I've been devoting my life to blockchain for a long time. Um, do I want to keep going? Do I still believe in this? And the answer was yes, but I was really disappointed. I was really disappointed that after all of this time, blockchain was still not mainstream. I believe blockchain needs to be able to be in the mainstream to truly change the world, and it has that potential. But we weren't there yet, and I had to ask the question, why, and will we get there? And so I looked around, and one of the things that really bothered me was the lack of distribution of the major chains. Um, 70 to 90% of the blockchain tokens were held by 1% of the wallets. And that just didn't feel right. The whole ethos of blockchain, with like the whole idea of where it was all about distribution, all about decentralization, yet these insiders and early investors still owned all of the chains. And it felt like it was going in the wrong direction. And at that point, that's really what inspired me to start thinking about and working on VOI.
All right, yeah, I do agree on that. I think a lot of projects, the owners usually hold like a massive amount of the tokens, which, yeah, I do think that that's a major issue. But right now I want to ask a bit about I want to ask you about regarding the current state of blockchain. What you think about the other blockchains and what you think the Void blockchain differentiate itself from the others.
Yeah. So what I think about other blockchains, I think there's a, a lot of amazing technology out there. A lot of really smart people working on really hard problems and increasing the transaction per second and doing everything to really make blockchain ready for the mainstream. But the truth is that tech doesn't matter if people don't use the blockchain. And not only that, but blockchain really doesn't matter unless it actually achieves the promise of blockchain of true decentralization, cutting out the middleman, allowing for individuals to interact with each other directly through smart contracts. And with poor distribution, like I was saying earlier, with every blockchain, just look at it. You can actually find this information, research yourself. You can see that 70 to 90% of tokens are held by 1% of the wallets. And the problem with that is that if that many tokens are held by that 1%, and that 1% is no longer adding value, and the money that was put in, or like the people that bought those tokens, was put into the technology that is now free and open source. And if you look at most blockchains, the true value of blockchain is the ecosystem itself, the developers, the users, the people watching this video. That you determine what the value of a blockchain is, yet you don't actually own the actual tokens. And what this does is that it makes the ecosystem mercenarial. It means that the ecosystem, the buyers, the users, the developers, have to siphon value from the network. And when there's no longer value to actually siphon, there's no reason for them to stay, and then they move on. And this is actually going to happen to every single blockchain because of this lack of distribution, the centralization of the holdings of the tokens. This has actually made me believe, and my hypothesis is that any blockchain out there today that is actually good technology that ecosystem do want to build on and are building on and being successful will be completely reset and restarted by their ecosystem, because that ecosystem doesn't need those early holders. Those early holders are no longer adding value, and all of the value is in the ecosystem anyway. So why not start over and take the free open source tech and restart it? And that's really what I really inspired me with VOI. Is like, say, how do we, if this is going to happen to all of the great chains, how do we actually get in front of this? How do we actually align incentives so that the ecosystem that is the true value of blockchain is incentivized to stay, is incentivized to actually make things better, and not just siphon value out and actually go to the next place?
Yeah, I do agree on that. And speaking of VOI blockchain, what are the advantages for both the users and token developers, and what are the other advantages that other blockchains don't have?
Yeah. So because we have actually understood this problem and aren't afraid to call it out, we were able to prepare ourselves and align those incentives with those developers, those users. So the first thing that we did is we reserved 75% of the entire market cap for the ecosystem. And this is not just lip service. Many other chains say, oh, we have a large ecosystem fund. But the truth is that large ecosystem fund is managed by a foundation. And they're with what the definition of ecosystem means. So not only did we actually reserve 75% of the entire market cap to the ecosystem itself, but we actually developed a very elegant governance system that is a tripartite system that you have judicial, legislative, and executive for the proper checks and balances to make sure that it can actually run smoothly, but put that 75% of market cap in the hands of the users. So they dictate where it goes and how it's done. And we do it in a way that it allows for the user that has the token to help direct the direction to go, but also to incentivize individuals to go above and beyond to research and to make the right decision with the proper checks and balances. To if they start going off the rails, the another entity can actually either veto or prevent a flow of something. So that's really what the benefit of VOI is that VOI is the blockchain for the community, for the ecosystem. What is blockchain? It's what blockchain is actually meant to be in the first place. And it's just really good time because it just feels right.
All right. So before moving on, right now I would like to announce the first promo code for yeah, the first promo code to claim, so our users here, for our listeners here to claim some VOI tokens. Right now, it will appear on top of the screen. You guys can see. I'll be reading out, of course. So the promo code is 5P2J S3F. So that is the first promo code currently now on top of the screen where you guys could claim some free void tokens through our Coinstore app. Make sure you guys download our Coinstore app through the App Store or through Google Play Store. Make sure you register an account and you can claim some free void tokens. And also, I do want to mention void is getting listed on Coinstore in a few hours, guys. So yeah, you guys could claim it right now and start trading it in a few hours later. All right, so now let's get back to the question. So, speaking, we just give away some of our void tokens to our listeners here. Let's talk a bit about the tokenomics of void. Maybe you could share with us its distribution mechanism and its, supply.
Yeah. So, like I said, mentioned earlier, 75% of the entire market cap is devoted to the ecosystem. Now, if we just unlock that full amount and just gave it to the early users right away, it would create the same issue that letting investors have the tokens right away. So, not only is it actually released and put in the hands of the users, but it's actually has a long emission array emission. So it's spread over over the next 20 years, and it's devoted. And you asked to be, how is it distributed? It's distributed in one by actually running nodes and producing blocks. So if you want to actually run a node, it's really easy. It takes about 15 minutes from beginning to end to stand one up and start earning block rewards. But the other way that's actually a distribution is what I call through earn incentives. So rather than allowing people to just buy tokens out of thin air, the large majority of the tokens are going to be distributed to the community members through a grant system. Now, this grant system is not just for builders. I mean, yes, builders are part of it, obviously, to make sure that people are building it, but literally all of the tokens will go through the grant system. So this means like service providers, if you're a marketer, if you are a a dev rel, if you do anything that can actually help increase the value of VOI, you have the ability to go through the grant system. And this is because I believe personally that the foundation should be a thin foundation, and the most of the work to make blockchain successful should be done by the community, and it should be done through the actual grant program. So I recommend, if you want to actually be a part, if you want to earn tokens, if you want to bring your skill set, no matter what it is, to a blockchain and really actually be part of it, VOI is where it's at.
All right. So, speaking of, bringing themselves to void, maybe you could tell us a bit about, are there any communities that could join? Maybe are there, you guys have a Discord group, or are there any groups that the listeners here that are interested to join?
Yeah, our Discord is like a little city. We have over 20 applications from different development teams that have built everything from multiple dexes to wallets to NFT projects to NFT launchpads, marketplaces, you name it. People are building it on VOI already, and they've started early on. And the best part about it is that many of them are ready for us to be a mainnet. They've been waiting for us to exit mainnet so they can launch their own token and go from there. But it's not just builders in our community. We have actually great NFT projects. The Dorks are one of the first NFT projects that actually came to VOI and are absolutely active and extremely helpful to anybody. There's several NFT projects out there if that's what you're into. But if you're actually into meme coins, the GM token was actually just minted yesterday. The founder token was actually just minted yesterday as well. So there's a live community of meme coins already. Pretty much like the idea is that we believe that the most important thing about VOI is the ecosystem, obviously. And the ecosystem is a collection of communities, and it is what makes VOI so great. So many other blockchains out there, they don't put enough effort and time in building their community, and they end up having to actually build all of the tools themselves. Luckily, with VOI, because of how we've actually structured everything, the community is actually doing it, and it's been a really welcome place or for many new members to come in.
Yeah, I do like the approach that you guys take. You know, you guys really emphasize on building the community, getting the people engaged in the ecosystem. And yeah, I do agree that community is like a very important aspect in, just making the project is relevant, it makes sure it's active. And how do you guys engage and build the relationship with your community?
We believe like the entire core team is extremely active in the community. I believe there's actually there's a voice space right now on Twitter that's going on. That's I'll probably jump in right after this because
Awesome.
it's really important to be part of the community to understand what's going on and not sit in your ivory tower and dictate how things are going. We have committee meetings every single week. We have network committee meetings, the Voyager committee meeting, that we have the Builder committee meeting, DeFi committee meeting, where people that have certain interests come in, give their actually advice, meet with experts to actually understand how things are going, and just overall, because of how the council is actually structured, the ones that are actually dictating the where the grants go, they are elected by the community, so they have to represent the community. So it incentivizes them to be there to actually answer any questions or help as much as they can as well.
All right. So moving on, I think I heard guys are really active in the community in building them, and what are any future plans of Void that you may have? Are there any upcoming expansions or are there any future plans that you think you can share here? Get our audience here excited about.
So there's a couple things. I'm going to drop a little bit of alpha too for your users. But the
All
first
right.
alpha things that
Thanks.
people should be pretty happy about is that is our focus and marketing not just on VOI, but actually the projects on top of VOI. So our goal is to actually launch to actually help one of our projects launch a token every single month for the oncoming future. So this allows for the community members to participate in the projects and built on top of VOI, not just VOI itself. So that's something to actually look forward to. There's several projects out there are gearing up to actually release a token as soon as we go out, which is in 40 minutes. But the little bit of alpha that actually I want to drop is that we talked a lot about VOI being a blockchain. But the secret that we haven't actually talked about is that VOI is not just a blockchain. VOI is a ecosystem of blockchains. What I mean by this is that yes, we launched at layer one. It's extremely performant. It does everything it's supposed to do. But the idea is that there are lots of different needs when it comes to technology out in the world. And the idea with VOI is that it will eventually keep launching new blockchains all under the same VOI ecosystem, VOI umbrella. And there's tons of extra benefits from that. And I don't want to get into all of it, but I think it's enough alpha that this first thing is just the beginning. And we have great plans on what the next steps are after this first chain is successfully launched.
All right. So, moving on. I think I do want to announce that Void is coming to Coinstore and it's getting listed very soon. And I have a question I want to ask is that could you tell me why you choose Coinstore as a exchange to launch your tokens?
Yeah, so the reason why I chose Coinstore originally is because we are a layer one and there's been a lot of hype around what we've been doing. Um, we actually talked to quite a few exchanges. And the reason why we actually picked Coinstore is that during the early conversations, they were one of the exchanges that really understood what we're doing. And not only understood what we're doing, were actually following along. They every time I met with them, they brought up like the recent tweets and the hype and what's happened in the community. So I knew they really truly did care about VOI. So yeah, that's the reason why we originally decided actually to launch our token on Coinstore, is because of that that feeling of that VOI is actually special to Coinstore.
All right. Well, much love to Voy as well. And guys, if you guys are enjoying the live stream so far, make sure to hit that like button. And also, if you guys do enjoy, also, you guys could check out Voy. I think their Twitter link is in our description on YouTube. You guys can go check it out and read what all Voy is all about and what's special about it. And moving on, are there any upcoming events that you might be attending? Are there any like listeners here might be interested in meeting you guys in real life? Are there any events that you might be attending?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm actually in Colombia right now. I just before this, I just did a developer talk here in Medellin that went great. So if there's any interest listeners in Colombia and Medellin, we're here. But we plan on being at all of the actually major upcoming events, just because that's where our users are, and because the community is so important, we want to make sure that we go to the places that people can give us their opinion, give their thoughts, say hi, get some swag, all of that stuff.
All right. So moving on. Uh, for any listeners that might have joined halfway during this session and might miss out the front part, maybe you could give like a brief description, a brief summary of what is Voy again, and what is it all about and what makes it special.
Yeah, so VOI is a brand new layer one blockchain that is as performant as anything else out there. But the main focus is not the tech. The main focus is the actual ecosystem and making sure that the economics are correct, and make sure that the ecosystem itself is the actual majority owner of the chain and not just early stakeholders and early investors. And because of this, VOI will be one of the only, if not the only, sustainable ecosystems out there, because it is one of the most important things to make sure that your blockchain is actually sustainable. Is that if the ecosystem itself owns the actual chain and not is just not trying to siphon value from it.
All right. So, guys, if you guys are interested in Void and guys want to check out, right now I'll be giving some free Void tokens again. And guys, once you claim this Void token, Void will be listed in Coinstore in a few hours. I think I've said it many times, but I do want to for anybody that missed out the front part. So, right now the Void promo code will be showing on top of the screen, and to claim this promo code giveaway, guys, do make sure to download our Coinstore app through the App Store, through the Google Play Store, and make sure you register an account so you could claim our Coinbox code through our Coinbox feature. So the code is Y527EHYA. So that is the second promo code for you guys to claim some free Void tokens, and you guys could start trading the Void tokens later in a few hours. So I think we have almost reached the end of the live stream. Are there any last words, or are there any things you want to share with our audience here?
Yeah, I just want to say really appreciate you making it all the way to the end. Thank you so much. I know that the audience is actually a lot of Southeast Asia, and that's the other reason why I would actually go to the coin store, is because of the getting actually our message out to the people there. Um, I think that there's actually a lot of synergy with wanting to actually own the blockchain, and what VOI actually provides can actually be your solution. We have actually a very large community in Vietnam and the Philippines, um, yeah, I would really love it for you to actually come join the Discord, say hi, and I will actually see you there.
All right. So you guys heard from the founder of Voy himself, Chris. If you guys do want to check out Voy, go check out their Discord group, go check out their Twitter. The links are in the description. And yeah, I think Voy is also a very good project with a very fun speak with founder here. He gave us a very insightful speech on what Voy is all about. And yeah, I think we have reached the end. I do want to thank Mr. Chris for showing up. I think he's it's nighttime now, so I would want to thank him during his off office hours coming up to our platform and giving us a very insightful speech. So I want to thank him. I want to thank everybody here for tuning in to our live stream and listening to us what we have to say. So I think this is where we say our farewells. And yeah, I hope to see you guys very soon. So goodbye,
Thank you so
everyone.
much.
Thank you. Bye bye.